So I was trying to get out all my stuff to do this tutorial video, and I'm heartbroken. I have the Morphe 350 palette, and it is very loved. I use it in almost every single makeup look. 4 shades are cracked and broke. 2 of them can't ever be used again. This is very upsetting. Hi guys. So today I am gonna do a eye makeup look, just my typical normal everyday, nothing fabulous, nothing crazy. And I just did a video on this look. As far as this foundation, I'm trying out the Infallible Pro Matte foundation. So if you want to take a look at that video, I'll link that one down below too. So I am going to start with brows. For my brows, I usually use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and this is in the shade Auburn. I love this shade. I had a hard time finding something that was redhead friendly, so we'll just brush these out. And the way I do my brows, I feather it, just because if I try and draw a straight line, it's not going to be straight. See what I mean about straight lines? Look at that. Okay, use the spoolie here and blend those out. Say, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Pretty sure today mine are stepsisters. They're not even related to each other, not even a little. I got this stuff in a Nipsey bag. I love it. It is Chella Ivory Lace Highlighter, and it is a crayon, or a pencil. I think that's probably considered a pencil. And I just literally draw a line on wherever I want to clean up. See, I've drawn a line there. I'm going to take this brush here, which is the Royal and Langnickel Precision Angle Brush. I never used this brush for this, but we'll give it a shot. It's a very large brush. You can see it's as big as my eyelid. But all the better to blend with. That worked out nicely. I think it's safe to say this is my good brow. This is my problem brow. There we go. Much better. And then I like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel to keep them in place. There we go. Brows done. And to start with the eyes, we've already primed and set it with the RCMA No color powder. I'm using the Ipsy L34 Blend Beauty. There is a brand name on here, but there is no way I can pronounce it. Looks like SLMissGlam I don't know. I'll put a link for it down in the description box below. And we're just going to take this light colored matte shade from the Morphe 35O palette and put that in the crease. And I'm doing windshield wiper and circular motions, using this for our transition shade, and just fading it upwards. I love using this shade as a transition shade. Got a nice transition shade going on there. So now I am going to take a slightly darker shade with the same brush and putting that in the outer half in the crease, just deepening up that crease, and then once all the product on the brush is gone, just fading it upwards, just so we're blending it so we have a seamless transition there. So you can see it just deepened up that crease there. This brush here, this is the Wet n Wild brush. Excuse me. Wet n Wild brush. It's the flat blending brush. I really like this one. It's nice and fluffy, and it's really good for getting more into that crease, more so than the brush that I was just working with. So I'm going to take a little bit darker, just a little darker brown, and just wiggle this back and forth right there in the outer third, making a little circle on that outer V, deepening that up once the product is gone, just blending that out. This is sort of a densely packed brush, so it is more for depositing color rather than blending. So I will take that blending brush we were just using and blending that dark shade out using this brush. Blending it across the lid as well, because I want it in that outer V. So you can see it deepened up that crease there. Blending it across the eyelid. Just got that outer V defined there. Now I'm actually going to take the shade that I'm going to use on the lid. We're going to use I got this in my Ipsy bag as well. I love these. I've got two different shades of this. The Naked Cosmetics Desert Sunset Pigment, and it is a loose pigment. It's very shimmery. I love this for the lid. But to make that hold up on the lid, I'm actually going to use the e.l.f. Glitter Primer. It comes in a little tube like this. So I like to use my fingers with this stuff. I just feel like it does a much better job. Squeeze about that much out. And I'm going to tap, 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 tap to spread that along the eyelid. And I want to try and only get it on the lid, not to get it up here above the crease, because that pigment is going to stick where the glue is. And if there's glue above your crease, if you have hooded eyes like me, that glitter is going to stick to that, and that's not what we want. So I'm trying to keep my eye closed. Again, I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to use a different finger though, because I just feel like lid color like this, you just get the best payoff when you use your finger. And I'm going to tap that on the glue. Again, keeping my eye closed until it dries. Look at that. Is that not a beautiful shade? I just can't get over this. I love this stuff. So while that one's drying, we're going to do the other eye. God, look at that beautiful shine. And using this glue is going to help prevent fallout throughout the day. Okay, now I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. This one is the one I use to really get in my crease, to really get in my outer V. It is an e.l.f. brush. It doesn't say what brush it is though. So I am going to take, a darker deep brown, and this I'm going to put in this outer V, and I'm going to tap, I'm going to stamp this color on in that outer V. I'm going to bring this up into the crease, and then I'm actually going to take it down here on the bottom lid. Just in the outer third there. So I'm going to do that again on this side. I'm going to move on to eyeliner. Before I do my eyeliner, I'm going to curl my eyelashes here. Okay, had to stop recording and transfer to my computer again. So this is all a learning experience. I need a micro SD card. Lesson number 1. Make sure you have plenty of storage if you're going to use your phone to record your videos. I'm not a big winged eyeliner type of person. It's really difficult for me to put winged eyeliner on. Especially with the shaky hands that I have. Again, then they're not going to match, and I have OCD, so I will constantly be applying and removing, and it's a whole mess. Plus, I'm not that big of a fan of how it ends up looking on me. I have a tendency to really like the dark dramatic eyeliner, so I like to use a cream eyeliner and smoke it out. So the eyeliner I usually use is the Maybelline Eye Studio. And this one is in Blackest black, and it comes with its own brush. It can be a little on the wide side there. It's not as small as you think you would need, but it is flat. So for me, it works for what I like. And I tightline. Time I do it, my eyes water. I swear I see stars. Alright, and then I also like to just go a little bit in the outer third, just right at the lash line here. And I have a different brush that I'll actually just smoke that out with. I look a little crazy right now, but I promise it looks really good when I'm done. And then I'm actually going to line the upper lash line here. Okay. Looks like a really bold and thick line, but it's not quite as bold and thick as it looks. So, and then to smoke it out, I use this e.l.f. brush. Again, there's no name on it, it just says e.l.f. But it is a flat definer brush. It's not super thin, so it's just enough to smoke that line out without just streaking it. So I do underneath. And on the other side. And then I will do the top, outer, half or so. Not smoke it out a whole lot, just enough so that it's not quite a straight up defined line. And this isn't, again, for everybody, but this is how I like my eyeliner to look. And then for mascara today, I'm not a huge falsies person. I actually have a lot harder time applying falsies to myself than I do to other people. I love the Younique 3D fiber lashes. I think they are great at giving you volume, major length, and I have pretty thick eyelashes myself and fairly long. They're not terrible. They are very light because I'm a redhead. So they're like a strawberry blonde color, so it's really hard to see them sometimes, but I want to show you what this stuff can do. And I don't sell Younique, I'm not affiliated with them, I just love this product. So it's 2 different products. They are in 2 different size bottles. One is the transplanting gel, you can see there. And then the other one is the 3D fibers. So, you start with the transplanting gel. And again, I do have a review of this on my blog if you want to check that out as well. I'll put that one in the description down below too. And it just looks like a standard mascara wand, nothing fancy, you know, just normal average. And I don't use this on my bottom lashes because I don't really need it, and I feel like it will smudge and transfer down on my bottom lashes, so I use standard mascara on them. But on your top lashes, you take this transplanting gel and coat your lashes. It's just like putting on regular mascara. Okay, so you can see they're coated there. And then I take the 3D fibers. When you remove that, it looks like this. It is just a brush, almost looks like Velcro, that's covered in the fibers themselves. So you're going to take that and just stroke over top of the transfer gel. and I go back and forth, and some of the fibers will be loose and there'll be extra ones there. That's actually not a problem because you're going to cover it with the transplant gel here in a second, and when you do, it'll smooth all that back out. So got the fibers on there, and you should really see the difference when I put the transplant gel back on. So I'm going to take this transplant gel and smooth all those fibers out. And boom. You can see the difference between my two eyes. And what you can do with this is, after you've put that transplant gel back on, if you feel like you want more fibers, you need more length, you can put the fibers on again and then the transplant gel, and you can do as many coats as you want to. I usually just like to do one. And the good thing about this is it's the volume and the length of having falsies on, but without that weight on your eyelid. And this stuff is actually good for your eyelashes. It will help them grow out thicker and longer when you use it on a regular basis as well. So I have really sensitive eyes, so if I wear falsies, they itch, they burn. We had a bonfire in the backyard last night. My eyes are kind of bloodshot. It's kind of hard to tell on screen, but they're so sensitive, and this does not bother my eyes at all. So I'm going to do the other eye, and I'm just going to use my regular Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on my bottom eyelashes. This is by far my favorite standard mascara. Now, I am horrible. No matter how much patience, how slow I go, how careful I am, I always get mascara under my eyelid. But my little trick, I'll show you, is I will take this Real Techniques domed shadow brush here and a little bit of RCMA No Color powder, and I will dust that back and forth underneath that eye. It will get that transferred mascara off. And the other bonus is it helps keep your mascara from running under the eye, or your eyeliner from running, for the rest of the day. Okay. I am going to take this e.l.f. brush. It's just a standard blending brush, and I use my Wet n Wild highlighter in Precious Petals. Make it a little bit on the brush here, and just dust that right under the brow bone. Just give us a little bit of a highlight there. And there we go. We are done.